go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He will wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Yashamati Nandana, Brajapadanagara. Haribo, Haribo. Jehovah Adonai, Yahweh Jesus Christ. Haribo, Haribo.
Gauranga, welcome, my friends. Thank you for coming. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga, Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga, Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga, Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna. Let's see. Yeah. Krishna.
Purchase your tracks today.
I'm on track. Govinda's here. All right. It's in the dark. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Purchase your
Krishna,
tracks today.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Purchase
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Purchase
Rama
your
Rama,
tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. What happened there?
Oh.
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. This was all about, man, tasting the nectar, diving into the honey. That's why Lord Caitanya came. He came to teach us how to dive into the honey by diving in himself. What a great way to teach. Yeah, that's why, it's here now, because this is it. Simple, easy peasy, simple. Now this is the reason the Lord came here. 2 reasons. To dive into the honey, taste the sweet nectar of the holy name, transcendental mellows. You see it, everybody can see it right before their eyes. They can't believe it because it's uncommon, unusual. It's fantastic. It's the greatest. It's like you can realize that Lord Caitanya is the most merciful avatar when you see his actual, where those who've gotten the mercy and giving the mercy. Then you can realize, wow, I thought it would take many lifetimes because everybody else said it would. All the authorities said it would take, unless, Prabhupada always said, unless, and Lord Chaitanya said the same, unless, many lifetimes, unless you get the mercy of a Vaishnava, then you surpass everything. I heard Prabhupada say this many times in the books. Unless you get it, you can surpass the rules, the regulations to get this mercy. See? And mercy of a Vaishnava. But it has to be the time. See, this is the time, man, under his order and the order of Krishna. And we're doing just, isn't it? Then Lord Caitanya came for 2 reasons. I think all Vaishnava, well, not all, but if somewhat intelligent Vaishnava knows, the Lord Caitanya came for 2 reasons. I heard people say it, but nobody demonstrating that they know. You only really know something if you can relate and that you have the same quality. See? If you can say, I can quote, Lord Caitanya came. There are many Vaishnavas out there. They say, Lord Caitanya came here to taste the nectar of prem and distribute to others. And then they go on teaching Vaidhi Bhakti. See? And okay, that's the Prabhupada did that more or less because, people, even Bhakti Siddhanta did it because people were in mass not ready to go for it. You see the purification you go through to get that. I mean, okay, it's fine. Taste the nectar of prem and distribute to others. But, we got to get a little cleaned out. We got to go in the washing machine a little bit. We've been in this world a long time. You pick up stuff, So, but very quickly you start to realize, Lord Caitanya came to taste this nectar of prem. You realize because you get the mercy of others who are tasting the nectar of prem and distributing it to you out there, And then you start tasting the nectar of prem and distribute it to others. That was how Lord Caitanya did it. And that's how we do it. Yeah, exactly. And so how do you know he's really done that? So just somebody quoting the verse and teaching Vaidhi? No. There he is, Johan. Welcome, my friend. The banana man. Always ecstatic. Yeah. See, tasting the nectar of prem and distributing it to others. Isn't that the essence? The essence. And that's Hari, the Krishna conscious movement summed up in a nutshell, man. And we should just keep repeating that until people get it, realize, oh, yeah, it's about taste. Yeah. You got to come over here and see people do it. We're not no shows. The show's going on here, for God's sake, It's been 50 years, And still the show wasn't brought to the stage fully, right? Well, it's partially, a little bit, Prabhupada called them my dancing white elephants and monkeys, But this is the complete thing. When you are given the gift that Lord Caitanya brought 550 years ago, that's distributed by his associates when they got the order. And I got the order in 1996, like Nityananda got the order in 500 years ago. And Advaita, Lord Caitanya gives the order. He gave the order. Nityananda, you distributed this prem to even the lowest persons, right? Advaita, you also, you start the lines. See, that's the real lines. And then, 550, it started to kind of, the faucet started to, close a little bit or a lot. And then Bhakti Vinod started to open it. See, then Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, his son, was brought here too, to open it a little bit. And Prabhupada opened it a little bit more, actually. And here we don't just crank the thing open, man. Let the fire hose, just put it out and spray it all, man. Just spray out the fire, Yeah, we got a big hose here, and we got the hydrant here. Lord Krishna and Lord Caitanya, the hydrant. We just take that hose and just spray it all over the fire, right? Fire of material existence. Spray everybody, spray the Vaitis, spray them all. Why not? It's madness, Put the fire out. I love it, man. I love this service, man. I didn't know. Where's my fire hat? I got the hose. And you guys are firemen also. We go down that little thing that the firemen go down, and we get in the truck, our little fire truck, like little kids. I have little fire trucks. We can put our hats on and go out there and put out the fire of material existence. It's burning. The whole place is burning up, man. We need more firemen out here. We got to make them, man. We got to deputize firemen. Come here. We'll deputize you. We'll put you a little fireman badge, man. Give you a hose to put out that fire there, right, Amy? That's what we do. Yeah, so that's it, man. See? So this is the show. See? Hey, so, why don't give up your envy and criticism and everything? Just enjoy the show, for God's sakes, man, Why not, man? It's rare to see this on the stage of the world. Lord Caitanya is rare. His devotees are rare, his actual associates, who have the same kind of nature. They're very liberal. You notice, is there a liberality here, Johan? Is it kind of liberal here? I mean, look at him. Look at Johan. Every day he goes out there and shows his heart, puts his heart on his sleeve, shows his happiness, Krishna's happiness. He loves the verses. He loves those verses I really like. I like this, and when he quotes them, I could see, I was waiting for somebody to appreciate these verses for 30 years. I couldn't find anybody who could. I would just realize, look at these verses. Johan knows what I'm talking. They're fantastic, and he knows the same thing. What are you talking? What is that? You don't understand nothing. So you see, you get to go through what I went through. Same thing, 30 years of it. But it's going to go faster now because we got witnesses. Okay? Therefore, we're going to find the world. We're going to find the world innocent because they're so fallen. And we're going to, because of the witnesses, the jury is in now. And we're deliberating. Should the people be free, set free? Well, Lord Caitanya, we go with his plan. He wants to set them free. We set them free. See, we're the witness, we're the jury out there. We say innocent. We're not going to prove him guilty. No, innocent. Get rid of the wheelchair, spin the wheel. Exactly. Get out of the wheelchair, man. You're all cripples. Come, look, dance with us, man. It's fantastic. Yeah. 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 Johan, you got to start trying this African music for dancing. It's amazing, man. You put that. I tell you, I do this African dance for my exercise in the morning. It's fantastic, man. It gets the energies moving and everything, and it gets everything shaken and all the joints going. I move more freely. I couldn't believe it. Now I'm moving around outside. I feel more, more supple. And if you really want to you just take all your clothes off and just dance with the African music. It's fantastic. You really get into Nityananda's mood, man.
I'm doing this in the morning.
Try it out. Alita, you should try it out. Just take your clothes off and dance to African music. Make sure you got all the doors closed. Don't do it live. I don't do it live. It's a private thing. See, Amy also, she's on board. She also likes African. Yeah. Naked on the ceiling. Exactly. Why not, man? Yeah, so anyway, I don't know, man. Where should we begin? How about Chaitanya Charitamrita here? Database. Yeah. Those teachings of Lord Caitanya were pretty interesting. Let's go over there here. Some of these. Let's go to some of these verses in Madhya Lila, chapter. Let's just try chapter. Life's ultimate goal. Let's just cut to the chase. Love of Godhead. Just chapter Madhya Lila, chapter 23. This is, yeah, here we go. Chapter, text number 7. We'll just start there. Wait. Ooh, 7. Let's try maybe 6. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Yeah, okay. Text 5. Okay. Okay, text 5. When devotional service is executed on the transcendental platform of pure goodness, it is like a sun ray of love for Krishna. At such a time, devotional service causes the heart to be softened by various states, and one is then situated in bhav, emotion. See, it's emotional. See, and but it's emotions in the spiritual body. It's different than the material form emotions. Because, see, and you'll see, like the next verse is like this. It says, text 7. When bhav softens the heart completely, one becomes endowed with a great feeling of possessiveness in relationship to the Lord and becomes very condensed and intensified. It is called prem, love of Godhead, by learned scholars. See, it softens the community. It becomes prem. This is where the emotions come in and the tears start really pouring out. See? And so if you look at the opposite, the way to understand this is how people feel possessiveness. See, when you feel possessive, jealousy comes when you're possessive of your man or woman, right? We get very jealous. Oh, yeah, this is my husband. This is my boyfriend, right? This is my money. This is my wealth, man. This is my boat, man. My house, my, me, my, mine. I, me, mine. You live in a hole encased in this false ID. I, me, mine. And then, but it's a reflection. See, we direct it over. Hey, look, bring it over here, man. See, We'll show you what it looks like. Here, we'll show you. We've got the mercy, right? Lord Caitanya has given us the mercy to relish transcendental. This is what it looks like to love God. That's why people can't believe it. They've never seen it. The Narayan Raj group, can you imagine? They talk, Radhe. She goes to the crying school with Govinda there, right? Mayapur. Crying school, no crying. You know, I went to Narayan Raj. Oh, Radhe, but no Radhe, no Radha, no Rasa. Just a lot of, be honest with, I mean, if I'm really honest, dry talks. Just talking about it, man. Hey, man, where's the dancing on the walls, right, Dean? Let's see some dancing on the roof, you know, on the rooftops. Go ahead, Lolita.
I remember once I was in the crying school.
Wait a second. Let me adjust things here. I think I got it here. Just a second here. I'll get it here. All right, yeah, that's the problem. Okay, go ahead there, Lolita.
Yeah, I remember once I was in the crying school. I forgot the name of the guru who was speaking. Big, fat man.
Yeah.
And they were so proud of him. Look. Can you see how he's holding his tears?
Oh, yeah. See, that's the thing. It's the same. It's the same routine. See how they're holding their tears. You know, you don't see the tear, but you see how they're. I mean, I could do that too. Would you like me to do that? I'll go. And you would say the same thing. Boy, that Gohar, he's holding back. He's so exalted. All I have to do is put some air in my cheeks. That's a lot easier, you know. Anyway,
The frog sannyasis.
Yeah, you know.
And I couldn't see it. That's the problem. I even couldn't see that he was holding some tears. I didn't see anything. I didn't feel praying.
They imagine it. They're imagining it.
No vibration, nothing.
Anyway, it's this. This is just the thing, you know. So anyway, we're doing the real thing for people who want to make it real, you know. And it's, you know, it's wonderful. And so anyway, love for people, love for the world. This is what entangles the soul with meditating on. Well, you get very like it's that's the glue. Is that love? See, that glues you also to Krishna. That Lord Caitanya came to give that. See, to give that love, to glue us to God. See, you see it in action here, man. You see that mercy. It says, Lord Caitanya, in the verse says, Lord Caitanya is the most merciful of all incarnations. You see that here, again, revived, because we're given the glue that glues us to God, the possessiveness. You realize, yeah, it's Krishna is the only one to love. Yeah, Krishna is the only one to possess. The Lord wants to give himself to us. But it's reciprocal. As we give ourselves to him, he gives us himself to us. That's called surrender. But you got to know who you're giving yourself to. People don't know. That's called transcendental knowledge. That's this book, Caitanya, the postgraduate, how to give yourself to God. And who are you giving yourself to? I'm giving myself to the rules and okay, that's fine for the beginning. You're ready to move on, anybody? See? Yeah, you want to give yourself to the transcendental form of the Lord. He's not a rule. He doesn't particularly like rules. You know, he's a ruler. You know, why does the ruler like to follow rules? Come on, look at Trudeau. Look at Klaus Schwab. Look at all our leaders. Do they like to follow the rules they give? What is that saying? It's saying that the ruler doesn't really like to follow the rules. See? But here you're branded a hypocrite if you do that, right? Here, it's there. It's adorable. Look at this Krishna. He gives all these rules. You know, that's in the Bhagavatam. Maharaj Parikshit brought that up to Shukadev. He said, what is this? Krishna gives all these rules of religion and Dwarka and all this, and they got to follow the rules and all this. And then he goes to Vrindavan and he breaks all the rules. What is this hypocrisy? See? So the imitation is our politicians, is our religious leaders, the gurus. See? They want to break the rules. See? They want to break the rules. See, they give you the rules. I told you about my guru, the ISKCON guru, right? I don't need to name the names anymore. Anyway, I had an ISKCON guru, and I got to serve him one day and see what's really going on to some extent. And he would give lectures and say, "You sleep on the floor. And you eat this halava, whatever they cook for you, whatever it is, you eat it." And then I got to serve him one day. He was sleeping on a soft bed. I felt a soft bed with a canopy on it, nice, colorful canopy, like for a king. And I brought him a nice pizza. I thought, pizza? For 5 years, I never dreamed of pizza. All it was is the halava, sweet halava, and lots of, we didn't use ghee. After a while, you use oil because it's cheaper, seed oil, make you inflamed and all that. So it'd give you diabetes and all this shit, And I thought, whoa. See, the rulers don't. So they imitate it. Oh, the ruler doesn't want it. But who does? But does the followers benefit? No, you sleeping on the floor. He's sleeping on the bed. See. So the difference is, Krishna's like that. He's free. He doesn't have to follow any particular rules. He goes after the gopis. He runs after them. You go and grab their whatever part they want. They have there. He doesn't want to follow, but he'll tell you, "Oh, you don't have anything. You don't have any sex. You do this once a month. Only have a baby. All this stuff, all these rules, right?" Prabhupada, we know. Prabhupada gave them. No intoxication. No. And he's over there getting intoxicated. And he's having sex, but see, everything's on another level. The gopis have a spiritual body. They have prema. They have real love, and that sex is an ecstasy. It's not to do with the material body seminal type of thing. See, so he's doing everything. See, that's the difference. I follow that hypocrite. He's a hypocrite, man. Krishna is a hypocrite. You can quote me on that, but I love his hypocrisy. His hypocrisy is perfect. His hypocrisy is great. Because if I follow him, I become like him, a hypocrite. But in a great way. You guys don't fault me with it because you get that same thing. You get it because you get to be a king like this guy. He doesn't have to follow strictly all the rules and regulations. See, that's the difference. You follow those gurus. They sleep on the soft bed. They have all the wealth and everything, but you got nothing. It's the Hunger Games society. You remain hungry and they're well fed, but it's only bodily. So you guys also, you rulers, you should come here and get real wealth. And you followers whoever comes first will save the other. You come here, you'll get intoxicated on the holy name. And you can't even get into, they won't even allow you to get intoxicated. But these gurus, oh yeah, let me tell you, I heard stories already. On the roof, the ISKCON roof in Mayapur, what gurus were doing, sex, love, and rock and roll and drugs. See, they can do it. They're rulers, right? But see, that's the hypocrisy. This is beautiful because it's the light of the, see, in the spiritual world, the hypocrisy is wonderful because it benefits Krishna, God, Radharani, and you, if you follow them. So you get your choice of hypocrites. You either follow Krishna hypocrite or you follow his Mahamaya hypocrisy. And that's not very nice. Have you found out? Have you followed Trudeau lately? He's, or Newsom of governor, he's sitting in these fine restaurants on your dollar, on your tax money, eating fine food, and so you don't go out. You wear a mask. No, he's not wearing a mask. They're all like that. Why? Because Krishna is like that. So the shadow follows the light. Well, it should. you shadow followers, you turn your attention over here and look at this. Then you become real spirit, real leaders in the world, even in the world. Prabhupada wanted this. He wanted the spiritual leaders to really get purified by looking over here. Look at Lord Chaitanya's mercy, man. Look at the, where do you hear a class like, you ever heard Narayan Raj speak in such a way with realization and understanding and actual experience that you can count on, that you can see this person knows what they're talking about? Do you see anybody preaching like this? Well, this is the way it was preached 550 years ago. Now you begin to know what it was being preached then, because we're not, all the stops are taken out now. You either want to look over here or you go look over there till you're tired of looking at the Lord's Maya and the hypocrisy out there. Come and look at the transcendental hypocrite, because you're going to benefit. You're going to be like the Lord, of the same quality. You'll also be able to get transcendentally intoxicated. You'll be able to sleep on a soft bed of roses, even though you are sleeping on the floor or you're sleeping on a material. It's only material. It doesn't matter for a devotee who is actually relishing transcendental mellows, sleeping on the soft bed of Vrindavan. That's where it's all about. There's one Christian, I really love this story. She was thrown in jail, but she loved Christ. And that cold floor was warm for her. And she had no problem at all. It was like Haridas. He got whipped in 21 marketplaces, and the Lord took the lashes on his own back, and Haridas was just smiling and chanting Hare Krishna. I had a practical experience. I was on a train. I told the story before. I was on a train. I hopped a freight train and it got so cold I was freezing to death. I couldn't get off the train, man. And all of a sudden, Krishna was there, because I was actually surrendered, really, like every way. You know, I just gave up all my money and everything and just depended on God. I wanted to be like St. Francis. You know, I felt inspired. And the whole train ride in the cold, you know, and everything, I was on one of the flat cars, you know, just exposed. And it was like I was like in a jacuzzi. I couldn't believe it. It was wonderful. It's like, wow, this is really riding in style. See, so the Lord, miracle worker. And this is the greatest miracle of all, to give this bhakti to us fallen persons, so that we can also relish mellows like the Lord did and his real devotees did. Be part of that family. This should be very attractive to everybody. You'll see. Gurus will come. Sannyasis will come. Why wouldn't they? I know there's some sincere ones out there. And Krishna will lead them here, or their followers, and the followers will impress their gurus. That's how it was 550 years ago. There were people that had gurus like this here, and they became attracted to Lord Caitanya and his followers. And they even prayed. You could see in the 21-hour ecstasy in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Oh, please give my guru realization. You know, help him understand your value. Because the disciples of the guru understood, and they came to Lord Caitanya, but the guru didn't like it. Like now. Okay. Yeah. Bhav, emotion. Yeah, okay. Okay, go ahead there, Lalita. What? Or somebody.
Johan.
Johan, go for it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming
through. But we can it also say in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna said, oh, I will not take any weapon. But when Vishwa, he said, I want to see Krishna breaking his word. So he broke his word because he took the real. You cannot tell a lie. But see, for helping his devotees, Krishna can do everything. He break in his own rules. He said,
Yeah,
now you see, normally you cannot lie, but now for helping, you have to tell a lie.
yeah. That's
So the
why he
example
told,
of
that's why he told Arjuna, he said, you say it because I break my word, but you say it. Yeah.
in Chaitanya Bhagavat is even described that when it's necessary, Krishna can cut off his own arm. See, that is his own arm, his word, his instruction. When it is necessary for this amazing devotees, he can go total to his own instruction. But that's not easy to understand this, because it is close bound.
Yeah. Gotta relish mellows. It's the only way. Yeah. Yeah, it's the only way. Yeah, it's amazing, the whole thing. Let's see. When one develops an unflinching sense of ownership or possessiveness in relation to Lord Vishnu, or in other words, when one thinks Vishnu and no one else is the only object of love, actually for us it's Krishna, such an awakening is called bhakti, devotion by exalted persons like Bhishma, Prahlad, Uddhava. So that's when you realize that the Lord is the only object of love. Yeah. The devotees that love other devotees that love Krishna. See, because their love is Krishna's love. So that's what, and unless you're like that, because devotees don't love the material. Krishna doesn't love his shadow. It's not attractive. He loves devotees who have love for him. And that's why he had to come and give us, because could you imagine trying to attain that kind of love for a God that nobody knows, nobody understands? It's only this love that gives us the ability to realize who and what Krishna is. So that is the most important thing you get here, is the devotion. That was the most important thing that Lord Caitanya brought and Madhavinda Puri brought, the whole line brought, was this devotion. Because people were worshiping Krishna, but it's like you see now mostly in name only. They're doing the motions in Lord Jagannath Temple. They're still doing it. There are many people still doing that. And if you're not a Hindu, still bodily concept. If you're not can you imagine these Brahmins and everything, the traditions, they're still steeped in traditions. You can't go in the Jagannath Temple if you're not a Hindu. It's just still that anartha, that stuff. And so Lord Caitanya came to give that to those who would want to really know that that's not really the mood. You think that's the mood of God, that he's a sectarian? No, that's the sectarians putting that on God. And that's what they show, that's why people give up worshiping God, is those who represent him in a narrow-minded way. And if you have some intelligence, you think, why should I worship this God? This God you're presenting to me is not very attractive. He's not even very intelligent. Yeah, this God kills his son. Who would worship? I mean, some intelligent people think, hey man, I'm sorry, this Lord, he killed his son. You say he killed his son. Some intelligent people won't worship a Lord like that. It's like, wow, it's like, but I would worship a God that, let's see, it's not necessary. Okay, that happened. See, it's more, if you give a more logical understanding of a God, yeah, he preached the truth and they killed him, because you could see people who hate the truth, they kill those who represent the truth. Yeah, I can get that. But I'm not delivered because he had to die. I have to accept that he died on the cross and it was that death that gave me new life. Well, it was the truth he spoke that gives me life. That's the essence, because Lord Caitanya didn't die to give the truth. His devotees didn't die to give the truth. They made, like Haridas was tormented. He might have died, with the way they were, killed him or whatever, but because he was doing the truth, right? That's logical. That's clear. That's a reasonable God. I mean, God has to be at least more reasonable than I can be. Otherwise, why should I worship a stupid God? Why should I worship a God that hates his sons or wants to kill them to save others? See, this is why I'm with Lord Caitanya. It helps me understand Jesus better. Even the Bible, even why he said, he didn't say, well, first I have to die, then your sins will be forgiven. He said, no, anybody who believes in my word, their sins will be forgiven. And he spoke a lot before that. And people, you are cleansed by the word I spoke to you. Go and pray in the temple and the Spirit will come upon you. Just like here, you see, we show you the way it really works. Otherwise, to be honest with you, it's a Jewish thing. They were always into this. You got to murder something in order to appease God. That's worship in the mode of ignorance, actually. You got to kill stuff. You got to kill goats. And they actually go into killing children now. I mean, there's a certain sect of Jews, they're hidden ones, who are part of the world domination. They're big demons. Not all Jews are. There's a certain section. That's what I found out. And they're part of this thing here. But they always worked in secret. But you know what? It's coming out now. They're into the sacred. They like blood. They like that, adrenochromes. And they like to do the thing with babies even. Goats, babies. They got to murder something to appease their God. See, this is not really, this is why I'm with Lord Caitanya. He's giving me, I don't care what anybody says. You guys can believe whatever you want, but you're mixed in the mode of ignorance. That's not, I love an intelligent Lord, that the Lord gives me understanding to worship, the right idea. See, that's why we can learn from Lord Caitanya and see from these pristine devotees that he came with to understand God better and his real mercy. That it's not about death, it's about life. You need to get the life of the devotees. What was the life of Jesus really? Was it his death? No. His life was preaching about the kingdom. What was the life of the devotees of Lord Caitanya? This is how you know it better. Their life was preaching the truth, the absolute truth. What did Jesus say? What did Lord Caitanya say? The truth will set you free. What is Bhagavatam? The truth. What is Bhagavad Gita? The truth. No wonder I get hoarse after a while. But it's the truth. They'll set us free. I love it. What a great thing. What is the truth? Well, one great truth, the best of all truths, is this ecstatic devotion, man. It reveals everything. Otherwise, nothing's revealed. You're in darkness without devotion awakened. That's why get this devotion first. Come get purified. Come in here and we'll throw you in the washing machine and quickly the bhakti will awaken. And then you'll see, you'll look like Johan. You'll be like Johan. You'll look at the books. Go ahead there, Johan. What?
Actually, the killing is still going on now, but the killing is the wrong conceptions, the wrong ideas that we have. How to get the Lord, because in all these institutions, they still speak the wrong things. That's why they cannot still kill the wrong ideas.
Yeah.
So this is what Lord Caitanya actually means by killing the wrong ideas. Some of the devotees, they read these books, but the killing is still not going on because we still not have Lord Caitanya.
Yeah.
That is that amazing love. I should let go to Haridas, but this combination, the wrong conception that we're carrying for so much life is now being killed. That is the killing, what they meaning.
Yeah, it comes from this bhakti. I mean, I was worshiping the Lord in ecstasy so long, but it takes a lot of purification to get to this point, where you're carrying people and you're bringing this to them, waking them up. So this is a great thing, because the more I can't believe it. When I was chanting, I said, "It's amazing, Lord. I've been worshiping you for so many years, and I feel like I'm just getting to know you." And it's like God, is this ever going to end? I'm never going to stop getting to know the Lord. What an amazing person. People that's even in the world, you can see that people that have good relationships, they get it, the more they know each other, the more they're bonded, the more they love, and they just know each other. It's there's a beauty in that kind of intimacy. The perfection of that is with the transcendental Lord. See, because this goes on forever, it's wonderful. It's amazing. And you realize it's like even Lord Brahma. Look at Lord Brahma. All the planets in the whole planetary system and all the beings and all their bodies and all everything is created by Lord Brahma. But he's inspired by the transcendental Lord, Krishna. He's inspired to do the create. Otherwise, he couldn't do it without doing that. And can you imagine, even though I'm a little, and we're all like this, everybody, we're just these little atoms. It's the same principle for Brahma for us. Without connecting with the Lord, we cannot do anything really significant. We're in that Maya. We have to make that connection like Brahma did. But look at the austerities Brahma had to do. He had to do for one celestial year or something, which is millions of years of tapas, austerity. That was the word he heard, tapas. And he was engaging in austerities. And finally, the Lord was pleased. Finally. And then he has not even what devotees have here. Not even the bhakti you guys have. You guys have it more than what he got from all his tapas. I'm telling you, that's how great the mercy of Lord Caitanya is. There's more bhakti here than Devaki and Vasudev had in that mood in Mathura. They did austerities for 60,000 years in Satyayuga when you lived a long time. And that bhakti given here in our Sangha is more than that. Because I'm a great person? No, Lord Caitanya is a great person. He's given us that gift and given us the power to give it to others. How wonderful is that? Can you see? To me, this is the place to be. We demonstrate this is not just bluffing. This is that's why Krishna said, you say it, my devotee, you say it. Because if you say it, it'll be done. And it is done here. It's being done. We keep finishing the material lives of anybody coming here and taking to this preaching and taking to this word, this witness. It's like when Jesus said, whoever believes in their witness will also get the result that they got, that I have. It's a family affair. But you don't believe in this preach. That's why that's why, I was a little severe. Oh, you don't care about Lord Caitanya? Oh, you see in all this, here, you don't care, you don't take this so seriously. Yeah, okay, I'll go find somebody. Rather spend my time with people. You don't understand the mercy of Lord Caitanya? Well, maybe this will help you. Get out there in the Maya there. Go let your little demigods and your astrology save you, your veganism save you. This is the most amazing mercy. Shake my feet. Oh, we'll go down the road. I don't care. I don't care. You could be nice, like this lady, very nice person. Okay, you could be nice. That ain't good enough. Give me a bad person who believes in what we're preaching. Oh, I like that better. There's more there's more attraction there, A lot of people, see, those who are interested in this you can get so much, no matter who you are, what you are. But a lot of times the demigods, they're arrogant. And those who worship the demigods, they have an arrogance. They won't take to this path. No, why should they? That's why, they get a little bit like energy, and then why should they? No, I got my path, man. Oh, your God, you got your God. It's the same God. Yeah. They have different result. Then that God doesn't take their sadness away. My God does. You ever see me sad? You ever, Lolita doesn't look sad anymore. Maybe sometimes you feel a little sad, but you know, she's getting over it. You know, we take her temperature every day, you know, got a, you know, our little white coat. And I come here and it says, this is the medicine here. Dr. Gore Hari Das. We're going to cut out all that sadness disease and replace it with transcendental sadness. Go ahead there, Johan.
So long. Devotees don't start feeling this amazing love. And it is this love that makes you so ecstatic. That's why the love is so ecstatic. It is this amazing love. And so long you yourself don't get feel this, it will stay something weird. You have to feel it yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and that's it.
Look at Johan. 25 years he was in ISKCON, chanting like a cow, chewing cud, right? Remember that? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Now he's tasting some juice, man.
Oh my God. This love.
Every day he's giving classes relishing the bhakti, man. He's a smart guy, you know. Lolita too. They're intelligent persons. You know, he's always really. Janaki, she's slapping it up, man. Every class. Amy too. You know, I started a class early. She was up. Can you believe it, man? She was up at 1:30, man. Talk about greed. What a greedy girl she is, man. We're all like that, isn't it? It's amazing, man. It's like the Sankirtan's getting fantastic, man. I don't know, man. I'm starting to really feel it more. It's like, oh Lord, now I see why you're out there. You know, it's so nice to share the name with the people. You see did you see the happy faces? The real simple people when you chant, you know, they light up. It shows you, see, the simple people, they get it. And they hear the name and they light up. When they die, Krishna will show up there and they'll be attracted. But you know what? Then I go to the puffed up people. They're a little harder cases. They need to be liberated because I go by the coffee, especially the Starbucks. Oh, the puffed up ones go over there. You know, when I go past the Starbucks, Hare Krishna, we go. The faces go. And then the Akokos, a little higher level. Then there's some that go, oh, you know, and some are, you know, they're in their computers doing all you know, can you imagine all day long on the computer and the phone, everybody walking around with their phone, you know, and they're looking. If you're going to look at your phone, you at least got to look at devotees, or you look at the, you know, and hear the Hari Katha, and then it's okay, you know. Otherwise, it's like they're just looking at mundane stuff connected to all this programming, you know, they're being programmed, you know. It's all this Maya's programming everybody. I arrange around my life. Oh, yeah, you too. Yeah. Yeah, there was this Moda Goodness gal that was here in Playa, and she just left, and she did a TikTok. She's in, was it Guatemala now? And she says she gets up when the sun rises and goes to sleep at sunset, sunrise, sunset. That's actually good. I get up before sunrise, and the thing is, I seem to get enough sleep. Actually, the earlier you go to bed, the less sleep you need for some reason. You know, it's really interesting like that. So it's the only. And with the wireless stuff, you know, this wireless, I think it affects people's sleep habits. So this is one way to kind of beat the system. If you have that problem. Some people don't have a problem sleeping, but I do. I think Lalita does too, you know. A lot of Janaki does also. He can only sleep a couple hours. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I got up, early, and I'm still going. I did the African dance before my class. That really helps, I think. I'm going to do that. I really found something really a really good thing. It supports bhakti. I like that. It's a good support for it. Okay, what else we got here? So, if by good fortune a living entity develops faith in Krishna, he begins to associate with devotees. See, faith in Krishna, he begins to associate with devotees. But how do you get that faith? That's the thing. So, one level is Vaidhi Bhakti, because they don't really have faith in Krishna. It's kind of like Jarasandha in Srimad Bhagavatam. He was worshiping God, Vishnu, in the mode of goodness and following the rules, regulations, austerity. So his God was the ruler, the rules. See, but not knowing the ruler's real mentality. The ruler's real mentality is freedom, right? Even inside, we all just naturally want to be free. That's why the rulers, they want to be free, but they got to make you a slave to do it. See, they got to take your energy. They got to use you as a battery. See, that's an illusion, man. That's Maya. See, so Maya is those kind of slaves. Oops, what happened here? I lost my place. I forgot where I was. I lost my place.
Verse 9.
Oh, was it 9? Okay, yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, begins to associate with devotees. Yeah, so that's that level. So Jarasandha got to associate with Krishna by fighting with him. The Lord he was worshiping that he didn't know very well, he fought with him. That's kind of happens. You don't know who, and people do that a lot. That you see that even in the Bible. People fight with the Lord, and that or they don't understand, they misunderstand the Lord. That's why it's gradual understanding of the Lord. Spontaneous devotion reveals the true nature of the Lord. See, this is the beauty of it. All the way through to the level of Vrindavan ultimately. Okay? So, if you look at this verse from this perspective, you can understand when one develops faith in Krishna, one associates with devotees. To be honest with you all, if you look at from a stickler's point of view, conclusive, the devotees who don't know the Vrindavan Krishna, they're not real devotees, and they don't even know see, you even need bhakti to go to Vaikuntha. That means, you have to have some deep bhakti even for Vaikuntha. And most devotees just striving for that. So they're not really devotees. It's called the shadow of devotees, like people. They're crying schools without the crying. That's not a devotee yet. See? So when you look at this verse now, by good fortune, a living entity develops faith in Krishna, he begins to associate with devotees. So you're gradually developing faith in Krishna. You're going to the holy places. You're chanting your dry mantras in the mode of goodness, like the cow thing. And then develop faith in Krishna. You associate with devotees. Now, the next stage. See, with stages. Prabhupada brought. That's why you see, I got the order, Prabhupada, to do this. I got the blessing. Prabhupada said, okay, bring my disciples now to the next stage. See, so whoever comes here like Johan, see, this verse is like Johan and others here, Janaki. See, they develop faith in Krishna. They begin to associate now with what? Real devotees, with real bhakti. Do you see why this is postgraduate? Go ahead, Johan.
So it's so beautiful described in about the spiritual master, about what for devotees. Verse 59 is, and associate only with devotees with the realizations, with such devotees. Such an can cut the knot. Eh? Such the devotees that we need. And that is what most of the devotees still don't know it. The
Yeah.
realizations. They read,
Yeah.
oh, there is no difference between Krishna and his holy name, but the realizations, the feeling.
See, the
This
real
is so
spiritual
important.
master. See, the real spiritual master is the real devotee this is talking about. See, and his associates that if he has some that are like elevated, see, real devotees have real devotion. So the Vaidhi Bhakti process was given by Lord Chaitanya, started there, and reinitiated by Bhakti Vinod and Bhakti Siddhanta and Prabhupada to bring people closer. See, so that they would eventually develop faith in devotees. So we're here. See, we preach the message, and when the devotees they're doing all the practices, by good fortune, they develop faith in Krishna. They will associate with devotees by the mercy of Krishna. Those are the kind that are praying, Lord, God, I'd like to know you more. I don't know. There's something seems not quite right here. You kind of feel the hypocrisies starting, and you realize you want to go really. You start to see that even the leaders there's something wrong. There's something not right. They're so dry and it's so religious, like external. And see, so by developing faith in Krishna, by the mercy of Krishna, he sends you to the devotee. See, the real one. See, now you go from the faith, then you start to really appreciate, like I'm sure, you appreciate now how this has upgraded your experience of devotional service. See, and that's your witness for others. The others need to see that, and you see it's not always easy because most are still engrossed on that level, trying to develop faith in Krishna. This postgraduate, believe it or
Yeah,
not.
I had this when I saw this movie of Krishna Pastor van Vrindavan. My heart said, yeah, that is it. But if you went to the temple and you want to talk and you feel the emotions coming up, the temple president, he didn't like it. I could see it on his face.
No,
So,
no.
so then I stopped it, I said, "Oei, I have to see what I'm doing here because for them there's something weird." I could see this at the temple. Lalita know also the temple president or temple president and his wife, but I could feel this, I was talking about a lot and I could feel these emotions coming up, but I could see his face like, "Oh, he don't like this."
No.
This that you start feeling this amazing love, this amazing bound. So then yeah, I said, "Oei, wow, what is going on?"
That's how it is. It's why they call it materialistic Vaishnava. Materialistic is it's a step above materialist, but it's still the same mood. Just like the simple people can take to this more. When I chant down the road, that's how you see. Same thing. I saw that when I was doing chanting kirtan in Mayapur. I would go around. Some devotees really like it, and others are brahmacharis. Like that. You would think they would like the chanting, but not. It's just that's how you tell. You just chant the holy name with holiness. With the taste and the potency, and it brings out people's actual moods that's hidden. See, this is what Jesus said. All that's been hidden in the closets will be shouted from the rooftops. There is a shift. There's an energy hitting the planet that's bringing out more truth on all levels. Everything's being exposed for the advancement of God himself, because that's his mercy. I mean, it's his, we're in him, really. Most people just don't know it. So we start to know that we're in him when he's in us. Then we understand what he understands, and it's beautiful. Could you begin to understand what God knows, and increasingly know more about that Lord. And it's more fascinating than any knowledge in this world. It's more fulfilling than the knowledge in the ignorance. Everything else is ignorance, really. It's all to do how to get the body to survive and all that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But we need to, learn about God. I mean, that's that's on the front burner. It's like I'm learning about things in cryptos and tradings and all that stuff. But it's just made for the body. It's, to me, it's like a game. To keep the minds fit. It's good to keep otherwise, you got to use stuff. You got to exercise and stuff. Yeah, we're here in the world, and that goes. You don't, like sometimes in Vrindavan, people, they just let everything go. And they become more in the mode of ignorance. Even a lot of the Babajis, their bodies are all like hunched over. They don't have, they just, I'm not that. I don't like that. Same thing in the Sangha, man. If you're young and everything, yeah, get a job or work, to get your mind. Don't just sit there. A lot of devotees, they just, they go like in ISKCON. They just go to ISKCON just to, and so you gotta survive. Balance, body, mind, and spirit. Yeah. And so in balance, and then by and by, the more ecstasy you get, the more you'll probably be engaged like this, full time. Only sad after hearing poison about Krishna. That's the worst thing to be around. Yeah. Yeah. That's why devotees, they don't like that. I don't like speculations. I felt that when I heard these gurus that a lot of people respect so much. I heard, that they worship these gurus, and I hear the thing. I felt like, ugh. So I'm here to preach. I'm preaching. See, the bottom line is, by their fruits thou shalt be known. Yeah, we're going to show the world that this is the topmost fruit that's available on this planet. I mean, available. No, I'm not. You want to be a no-shower out there? Well, you go do your no-shows. We're putting on the show, on the show that delivers people. I'm tired of watching these shows that don't do anything. And they're all claims, they're all boast. Yes, my guru is so big and everything, but there's no big bhakti. Hey man, you got a big guru? Let's see some big bhakti now, right? I mean, otherwise, what is the point, man? Maya can make a big show. She's always making a big show. Even the devotees were seeing the same bullshit back then. They talk. Those who don't understand the mercy of Lord Caitanya, they may appear to the world. Johan read that yesterday. They appear to the world to be advanced, but they're not. They're just putting on a show. It's just a show, but the devotee so that's the way Maya works. She just puts on appearances. So we put on the appearance, but the appearance is the real appearance. See, there's the appearance in the shadow, the darkness, the lie, the cheat, the deception, and there's the appearance of the Lord, the real Lord, right? Ta-da! We bring you the Lord, the real conception. The conclusive truth, the ecstatic Lord. Welcome to the appearance of Lord Caitanya every day. Oh yeah, you don't have to wait a whole year for the appearance day of Lord Caitanya. Isn't that amazing? I thought I had to, even in church, I thought I had to wait a whole week before I can get some appearance, because I went to a kind of a juicy church, but still the minister didn't teach me how to do it because they're all motivated. They all got mixtures. They want you to come to church and give your little tithing there. They don't want to teach you how to commune with God on your own even. It's like here, if this ever fell apart, you can pick up your bead bag and the Lord would be there. I had to figure this out. It took me years. Anyway, we're getting it. Yeah, go ahead there.
Yeah, yeah, but now also I listened one time to a Spelter Master sing, and he's saying ultimate goal of life is you're not this body but the soul. They still on the EBC. They still know that's this love. And you hear also the another person talking goodness. But for the one person can be goodness, can be for another person poison. Yeah. So who's gonna decide what is the goodness? Because that is described in the Bhagavad Gita. What Sudra can do is not good for a Brahmana. But he is allowed to do it. So who's gonna then decide what is goodness? See, that is why it's still material. This goodness.
There's no goodness. Well, the way I see it is goodness is an energy that is to do with regulation. See, it puts you in a higher state of happiness, regulation and fasting. But it's still bodily. It's still mental and bodily, and your emotion could be there too. But it's still material. So there is a goodness there. If you're a Sudra and you're serving people, and there's not necessarily, it could be good for you, but still, I see Sudras here. They act like Sudras. A lot of them. They're maybe a little happy, but because they eat crap. I could show you if I'm walking down that thing, looking what people are eating. Man, you wouldn't believe it. Pigs,
but that means,
oh God,
the people are even not even sorry, but the people are actually lower than Sudras now, because Sudra, what is described in it Srimad Bhagavad Gita, they were totally different than the people now. So we are actually Malikas now. People are not even Sudras now. They are Malikas. They are even all over.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the lower, but also the Sudras, even back then, they ate meats and all this, and this is still Sudra mentality. But that's the bottom line. Not getting into the two things. It's not as good as engaging in the higher modes because there's higher happiness there. It's just so there is a standard of goodness. Otherwise, this is So anyway, that's all relative, but there's kind of a standard regulation, fasting. That's why the Brahmins are generally more intelligent. They're more sharp. That's there. They got austerities. There's power in austerities. Bali Maharaj had an austere guru, man. They from austerity took over the whole universe. Yeah.
He was really heavy in austerities.
Yeah. So and so even in demons, there's some goodness in there, mixed in there, because some do austerities and all that stuff, but they have a demoniac mentality. They use it to control, very strong. See, mixed in with strong passion, desire to hankering for control and wealth. Just strong, uncontrollable. Actually, that's basically what's managing our world now. People like that. They'll do by hook or crook at anything. They'll kill, maim, cheat, lie for this power. That's what they're doing. I was surprised actually. I saw it. Now I see living Bhagavad Gita. I didn't believe. To be honest, I didn't quite believe in those things that demons were like that. No, it can't be, because I didn't see it. But now I see it. I see it right before my eyes. The biggest hypocrites, biggest liars, cheaters. My God, right before. They're coming out in the open. And I see how people who are the masses who believe in them too much, how they're just under the control. They're being controlled by the hypocrites, and they become like them. See, that's the problem. And they follow their directions, and that's why you see those who follow. See, whoever you serve, you become like. This is a principle, bhakti principle. So if you serve a bona fide spiritual master, a real devotee with real connection and communion, you're going to become like them. See, if you serve Klaus Schwab or the government now the way it is, and they're tyrannical, the more tyrannical the government is, and you serve them, you become like them. Don't we see that? You become a monster. And you could have been a nice person. And you have a family, right? A lot of police, the police in Belgium and all, they have their families and they might be nice people, but they start serving the tyrants and they become like the tyrants, the little tyrants. And they say, well, we just follow orders, and they become as bad. So that's going on. So if people want a way out, come, serve our mission. Our mission is to distribute love of Godhead. Come and you'll become qualified very easily to engage in the highest, most wonderful service to humanity. You could be a useless eater. See, there's so many that the managers of the world, they look at people and they say, well, we're not going to have any jobs for you. So we'll get just easier to get rid of you. That's what's going on. It's easier to get rid of you. Because we can't find any use for you economically, because they're all into economics. The managers of the world, and they're into, if you can't make $1 for them, you're useless. That's what, this guy, TikTok video, this guy from Canada, he says, this government now, oh, it's so bad, taxing, high taxes now. This government is so bad, this Canadian government, I paid $1,000 a month for taxes. And then I used to get a tax return. And now I go to get my tax return and they want more money. What does Bhagavatam say? In Kali Yuga, there's all these higher taxations and everything and all of that. This is just part of it. It's just, see, but it's we don't want to let a good crisis go to waste. This is good for us, good for our preaching, because people need to know this. Come on, man, come back to the home. Hey, prodigal sons and daughters out there, come back home. Come on, you can come hang out with Krishna, man. He's got a bed of roses, He's got beautiful friends. Oh, ecstatic love and devotion. Your freedom. You'll be free in Vrindavan mood. Even here, you'll be more free. You'll set people free. Come back home, man. We're here to bring people back home. Yeah. And you'll feel it in this life. No pie in the sky bullshit, man. You come here, you start to become ecstatic like God was ecstatic here, like Jesus was ecstatic here, like Prabhupada was ecstatic here, like Lalita is ecstatic here, like Johan is ecstatic here. Like so many are becoming ecstatic here, like Amy is ecstatic here, like Fanny, like Govinda, like so many, like Dean. Francis, even Rade's picking it up, huh? Sachi, she gets ecstatic sometimes too. Ecstasy is the answer, man. Ecstatic worship, love of Krishna, man. Life's ultimate goal. See, this is a chapter. See, so if by good fortune living entity develops faith in Krishna, it begins to associate with devotees. See, so that anybody coming here, now you know the perfection of that verse. You begin to associate with devotees here. See, you're on the path, even though you may not have so much taste. Don't worry about it. You found the path, man. You found Sadhu Sangha, the association of real devotees who have real bhakti, and they're actually showing it. Demonstrating that they know who they're talking about and what they're talking about. See? Now that's real, isn't it? When I went to give perspective, I went to the Narayan Raj group, okay? And I talked to Narayan Raj, I was there, and he says, you're very fortunate. You've attained Sadhu Sangha. So he said the right words. I thought, wow, that's great. Sadhu Sangha, because that's the truth. And I say the same thing, don't I? Say, you're very fortunate, you attained Sadhu Sangha. She knows
You take the words out of my mouth, Guru Maharaj, because if by good fortune, but what is that good fortune?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that you already met somebody who gave you that good fortune so that you could have developed some faith in Krishna, because without that good fortune, that is, you can't speak about I have faith in Krishna. These are heavy words, you know.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah,
really
yeah,
heavy, full of substance. By good fortune, you have faith.
yeah.
You develop faith in Krishna, and then you begin to associate with devotees with a big D,
Yeah, with
not
the
with
big D.
wannabes, with devotees.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it, man. Yeah, yeah. So, I thought, well, hey, this is great, man. I finally got it. The association of Sadhu Sangha, the highest, he said, high class devotees, and what I saw in that Sangha, I was looking, a year and a half observing and associating with nice devotees, and more or less, they, it was like kind of a goodness trip. There's goodness, nice devotees and all that. But I was looking, what is this Sadhu Sangha? Because I was already ecstatic devotee, but not fully clear about all these things. So I was looking for, you're always looking for something more than you are, right? So, but I didn't see it. And it was all this, you're not supposed to, you're not, and it looked like more rules in ISKCON. And what is this? More rules? I was always free, and happy, because I just pick up the books and just go in ecstasy, and I feel purified. I never worship Krishna because the rule told me. I really worship Krishna for transcendental happiness that I got from the beginning. So I started to get a little suspicious. Well, is this another level or something? And then I started to see a haze. Like I was on this side and they were on another side. There was a haze there. And then if I would share my understanding, they didn't understand it. I thought, hey, this is another level. And this is what Prabhupada saw with his godbrothers. That's why the godbrothers, most of them, at least at first, did not get him. And even when he passed away, a lot of them didn't really understand, because he was a real associate of Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya. They're so rare and so hard. That's why I was looking for some confirmation, but I could only got it in the books. And probably, I knew Prabhupada. You just know who's really got it because you're part of the family. See? So anyway,
I
that's my
wonder how you
journey.
survived them. How
It's a
you
miracle.
survived them with all the ecstasy that you had all those
Yeah,
years
yeah, yeah.
with the
Well,
Narayan.
because Lord Caitanya was strongly with me. That's what I really get more and more appreciating Lord Chaitanya's help. Because even when I got off the path, somehow or other, I would get a book of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, and I would read one friggin' verse, and years of the whatever I got me off, was cleared off. One friggin' verse. And that was, I remember a couple of times that my ex-wife, um, she gave me this with a Ishan Prakash small book. She said, because I was a Christian, I got into Christianity, and then she said, "Well, just keep this book," and I did. And so I appreciate that with her. That's why I try to help her in my unusual way. You know, yeah. And so I just kept it around, and I was Christian. Then I got into Eckhart Tolle, and I got into different things, experimenting, checking this out, and all this. This was, I think, after the Radhakund Babaji trip, which really burnt me out. Uh, yeah, and then after listening to Eckhart Tolle, I would listen for a couple hours, and I thought, wow, this is Mayavadi, very interesting, It was, it's kind of interesting, when you don't have anything else. And I gave up Krishna consciousness, so I'm out of that, right? And then one day I had the book on the, in my backpack. I thought, well, let me just read a verse. I read one little friggin' verse, man. All finished. What? And I thought, what the heck have I been doing? What am I listening to this Eckhart Tolle all day? What the heck was I doing when this is here? One verse was complete wash off and clarity. Started back where I was. And that happened a couple of times, few times actually, 4 or 5 times, brought me back. Lord Caitanya's book always brought me back. Yeah. So, yeah, it's powerful. Once you're a devotee, it's just you may get off, but at the right timing, the Lord will bring you back and you start where you left off.
Yeah, all those experiences made you into the most powerful
Yeah.
preachers of the world, because you have experienced what's going on there. You know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So we can help. I mean, the Narayan Raj group, I'm not against you guys. If you just really listen, we can help. We can add something. And this is what we add. What you see is what we add. What you see out there, if you're any Narayan Raj people watching this, what you see here is what you guys have been talking about. See, only talking. And we show, and even though you say you're not supposed to show and everything, and I explain that in the way that Narayan Raj didn't tell you, and that makes more sense than that, because that's only half the truth. See, they think, well, we're Rupa Nugas, we follow the way Rupa Rupa was, and he would not show a tear. Maybe he did, who knows? But that's what they think. And so, but they were writing the books. Like Prabhupada didn't show that much, but he was writing the books, right? And in ecstasy in his room, the ecstasy was there, but you didn't see it. And it's very important to see it, and that's why maybe you didn't see it with the Goswamis, because they were writing the books. But then they gave the books to the preachers. But were the preachers just talkers? Oh, yeah, we're going to just talk these books? No, they were showers, demonstration, like Lord Caitanya. They took those books and they proved this ecstasy to be true and real in the highest order, just like we do. I'm taking Prabhupada's books. See, this is more clear. This is more complete. This is more beneficial. Otherwise, you're going to go on the no-show path and you're not going to know what this bhakti is, because we're bringing those books that you've been studying and everybody's been studying, and we're bringing them live, online now. See, not only online, but online in life, in your body. Your body becomes the temple of Lord Caitanya, rocking and rolling, in his Sankirtan show, literally show. See, Sankirtan show. Sankirtan, Prema Bhakti show. That's what it was back then. It was Prema Bhakti, not a Vaidhi Bhakti or just a imitation Bhakti. Let us just jump up and down and do a empty Swami step. No, you could do the Swami step with real life, like Prabhupada did a Swami step, but he had the energy of the ecstasy in there. See, so that's where it's all going. So you got to see the show. And if you don't like the show, come see it more and you'll develop a taste. Because if you don't like this show, that means contamination. Pride, jealousies, false prestige. It's all false. So anyway, that's for you guys, if anybody out there, I'm not against, we're here to help, we're here to, you want this ecstatic love, I'm very clear that this is the best thing in the world. This is the best potency in the world. It's very rare potency in the world. And we're in distribution mode, distributing this. Only sad after hearing, Wait, let's see what else. Oh, a lot of, be merciful, Sankirtan, yeah. So anyway, it's fun, it's nice, it's great, getting better every day. That's all I know. It's all I care about, man. As long as I just want to party with God. This is what it is. I'm partying down with the Lord every day. I don't know about you guys out there, but I'm here for the party. I want to, hey man, every day is an appearance. Can you imagine, you ISKCON devotees and all you Vaishnavas out there? You wait a whole year for the appearance day of the Lord, and all you got is a bellyache from eating too much at 12 o'clock at night. They got to eat, wait till late at night. Just, oh my God, I've done that. Yeah, I every day I'm having a feast and no bellyache because all ecstasy. The Lord appear. I come here for the appearance of the Lord, and He appears during the day. Oh man, we're just so many appearances. My God, so many appearances. Sometimes I have to tell Him, go away, too much. But don't go too far. I'm gonna call you back soon. Just have to recover from your presence. Is so wonderful and powerful. Go ahead.
The problem is, I think one of the problems is they should question themselves a little bit more. Srila Prabhupada said, a devotee is always happy. Is that so? Am I always happy? Is that true? Do I really feel always happy? Or is there something lacking? That should be the question that they have. Because I said it in my video this morning. What I have seen in Radhadesh, very sad things, very sad devotees. Really things that made me think, do they really know that they are soul, that they are not the body? Really very sad situations. So they are not
Well,
always
if
happy.
sadness is it's really the Lord that's in your heart is sad. See, that is sad and that you need the mercy of Krishna and Krishna's devotee, and it takes the sadness away. Like the lady I met here, nice lady, but she was very sad when I met her. So sad. I would come to her door, and she would. I looked at that and I says, but after a while, it left, man. It's finished. And so then, because she's like a demigod worship, that's what it is, right? I said, I'm not sad anymore. Thank you very much. Oh, really? See, people don't know. It takes a while to figure it out because this is very deep.
But this questioning, Guru Maharaj, they say we are transcendental. But what does it mean, transcendental? All those all those heavy words, they use that.
Yeah.
But do you really feel that you're so much different than 5 years ago before you became a devotee? Are you really so much different? No, I see that you have the same desires, the same pain, the same complaints. Nothing actually changed.
It doesn't.
So
See, that's why you see by developing faith in Krishna. So faith in Krishna is shown by the real devotees. That's why Prabhupada didn't show this, because the people, it was too much. It'd be too much for them. See? But now's the time. So when you're ready to develop faith in Krishna, you come here because we show you Krishna. When you see the real meaning of Jesus saying, when you see me, you see the Father, this is not the meaning that people think. You see, he said he's God. No, not like that. He's saying you see the qualities of God. This is what's taught in our line. When you see the devotee, you see the mercy of God flowing through them. You see the love, the ecstasy of God flowing.
the glow.
Yes. You see the conclusive understanding of the Lord preached to you. See, those are the qualities. And so when you see the devotee who is bringing forth Krishna to you, by good fortune, by your doing your little Vaidhi practices out there and your little dry chanting, you develop faith in those qualities. You become attracted. You associate with real devotees and a real guru that shows you the real Krishna, not hides the real Krishna, throws a bunch of rules at you, external bhakti. Prabhupada had that, real Krishna. But he said, well, you're babies, here you go, here, take the rules. Yeah, build temples, distribute my books, do these things. And by you'll develop faith in Krishna, and Krishna's devotee will come, and you'll be like Mars Parikshit, who recognize. See, by good fortune, one develops faith in Krishna. Oh, look at this. You know, Mars Parikshit, he said, I was looking for Krishna my whole life. My whole life, I was looking for somebody that had the same qualities of that personality I saw in the womb. Mars Parikshit means examiner. These are metaphors also. See, metaphors to teach the path. So you got to become like that. You got to become the Parikshit. You got to be able to develop faith in Krishna by recognizing those who present that Krishna in the world. Otherwise, it's all speculation about Krishna. How are you going to see Krishna in this world by developing faith? You won't know Krishna. Only your best chance at knowing who Krishna is by seeing his devotees who if they're got the full mercy coming out, they'll show you the ecstatic Krishna. They'll show you the conclusive Krishna. They'll show you Sat, Chit, and Ananda. They will show you the Father, Holy Spirit, because they're a real son of that in this world. By good fortune. And you guys, Amy, are you fortunate? Andromeda, we're all, me, Gaura Haridas, I'm fortunate too. I'm not ashamed of that. See, I'm here. I'm dedicated to this Krishna. I'm giving my life and surrendering to this Krishna. I'm surrendering to these conclusions. Fantastic. I love the result. By the results, they shall be known. By the results, this preaching shall be known. That's why I'm surrendered to this preaching. I believe in it because it works. Nothing else out there worked out there that not like this. This is the prototype. Even the guru himself surrenders to the preaching. Why not? See, hey, if you're going to surrender, I got to surrender to it. Hey, man, charity begins at home. See, it's a family affair. Yeah. Karuna must be on some other thing because I don't see his comments here.
Yeah, he says comparing devotees' happiness is not conclusive. Well, if you have the spirit, you are happy because the Lord is living inside of you. You can't be anything else but happy. You're shining from happiness. You're showing your happiness because the Lord comes out to help others to share this with you. It is very conclusive to say that.
Yeah. See, that's what.
And
See,
Prabhupada said it as well.
Yeah, he's seen from the material point of view. That's why you got some ways to go there, Karuna, because you see that it's all kind of one happiness. This devotee is happy and that devotee is happy. You're saying our happiness is the same as people in Maya's happiness or a materialistic Vaishnava. No, it's quite different. I may have a happiness of my Ras with Krishna, and Lalita has hers, and Johan has his, but it's on the same transcendental platform. Just like Krishna is the same God as Dwarkadish and as Lord Ram. It's the same liberated bliss, but in various rasas. See, it's all transcendental, but a materialistic Vaishnava who has material happiness is different than what we got. See, but you're trying, see, that's the rasa basa. That's why you got to get purified, Karuna, more. See, that's why, River was a little bit, well, I think it's the same. No, it's not the same, man. You need more purification because he's mixing that. He's trying to mix our ras with a material ras of a materialistic Vaishnava. No way, Jose. It's not the same. That's why, you get purified of that, then you'll be a real good preacher. But you got to, see, you got to know the difference because you got to get this bhakti really clear. And it comes in due course. You just keep going, and Just go through whatever fire you got to go through so that you can understand what is real Bhakti Lata Beach and not mix it up there. Otherwise, that's not a good preaching. This is what people do. Everything's mixed. That's why I don't like it with the many Krishna mixing. I don't like mixing. Forget. Don't mix the material with the spirit. Man, I got a job to do here, man, to separate this out. There's a difference between the yolk and the egg white. See, the yolk, is really, so well, in this sense, is the spiritual, and the egg white is the egg white. See, the material is a material, and the spiritual is a spiritual. Don't compare our happiness with you can compare it this way. This is real eternal happiness, and that is temporary. You do that, then that's conclusive. But don't try to say, well, it's all transcendental. It's all one. Yeah. No, it ain't all one. No. That's Mayavad level. See, it's different than this understanding. Yeah. I think it's time for a break. Lalita's already, she's given so many classes and stuff. She needs a break. I need a break. My voice needs a break. Otherwise, I'll be yelling and screaming and all that stuff, Maybe one more verse.
You can yell as much as you want, Guru Maharaj. We love it.
One more verse, maybe. Okay, here. When one is free, when one engages in devotional service by association with devotees, one becomes free of all unwanted contamination by following the regulative. Okay, yeah. We'll continue on here because there's a lot of subtle things we can talk about here to get it straight. Because he's talking about, see, again, this can be mixed with the Vaidhi level or the mercy of Lord Caitanya. So we're going to mix it more with the Lord and then understand by the perspective of the pure sense, and then it's an interesting way because people need to straighten it all out. If you listen here, you can get it straight. Otherwise, you'll never figure this stuff out. It's just like trying to learn geometry or trigonometry without a teacher, and you only know how to add. That's Vaidhi Bhakti, is the adders and subtractors. And this is trigonometry. How are you going to figure that out on your own?
High thinking.
Yeah. No way. Not even the illustrious Karuna Das can figure it out. Mr. Backdoor himself. Backador. Backador? Back to door. Okay, we'll stop here. Hare Krishna, everybody. Oh, Fanny song. We got to play the Fanny song. Man, you wouldn't believe it's actually getting cold here. It must be 67 degrees. It's actually cool.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, He has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, you can understand devotional service without any previous teaching with the devotional service and rules and regulations. Yeah, you don't have to do that. You could do that. Many people do. But if you just come here and because you develop faith in Krishna, like you like this you don't even have to know who Krishna. But wow, I just like this ecstasy that I see. I just like this cruise. Yeah, like Amy, like Fanny. I just feel it, and Krishna, that's the good news. You just take the good news. Sometimes those Vites, they're hard nuts, man, develop faith. Yeah, it depends, It's whatever path is for you, whatever arrives here has been perfect for you.
Take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Yashamati Nandana Brajapara